Welcome everybody to another ACO Player of the Month. Uh, this is Dusty Circuit here.
All right, welcome guys. So welcome to Player of the Month. This is for the month of November. Wow, guys, we almost made it through the year. So close to the end. So welcome.
So close to the end of this first year.
Hey, mute please. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to say that.
So we have this meeting and next month we'll have December. Starting in January, we are going to be doing things a little bit differently. I took all of your input that you guys gave as far as, do we want to continue to just have one person elected as Player of the Month? Do we want to come up with another system? And we listened and we have something in mind. And so you'll start seeing that roll out mid next month. You'll see the changes. And then January will be the first one that we get to do the new platform, the new structure. So welcome to Player of the Month. And let's see what else. I'm going to go over a couple things really quickly, and then we'll do the then we will go ahead and announce who's Player of the Month. First thing I want to do is say a huge welcome to Snowlight. I'm sorry, not Snowlight anymore, Snowy. Snow's had a few names, but welcome Snowy. For those of you who don't know, Snowy has been a friend of ACO pretty much for a very long time. He actually gave pretty good insight when we were building things such as the Nether Hub, the mall. He's done a lot of the signs that you guys get for your birthdays. He's done a lot of our event signs. He's done other event stuff. He helped even with our last event, which was Homecoming. He even helped with a lot of the build for that. So Snow has been a big part of ACO even before he was able to join. And so now that he is officially here, we're very excited to have him. So welcome, Snow. I'm not going to put you on the spot and have you make a speech. But for some of us that have had countdowns going over like 500 days, we're pretty excited he's here. So, you guys want a speech? Do you guys want a speech? All right, let's do it. Snow, go for it. Unmute yourself.
I don't have a speech. I'm sorry.
That was a really good speech.
That was great.
Beautiful.
That was a typical ACO speech. So welcome. You're part of the family. One thing we say here is welcome to ACO. Words are hard. That's our number one motto.
Very.
Yep. And you're going to die. That's the other thing because
sounds good. I'm ready.
ACO. So all right, so guys, just make sure that you go out of your way to make Snow feel welcome, as well as any other new players that we get. We've had a few recently, and you guys are great about that. I love that I can be busy, meaning like I'm pulled to the other server quite a bit, and I'm watching console and I see you guys being amazing. So keep doing a good job. All right, so let's go ahead and do. Oh, hi, buddy, you scared me there.
Hi.
Go ahead and do our Player of the Month for this one, and then we'll go through some announcements, and then we'll head over to party because that's what it's about today. The player, as you guys know, we had a tie as of last night when I went to bed. It was actually really close because one other player was just one vote shy of that. This morning, I asked if you guys wouldn't mind if you hadn't voted to please go ahead and vote. A few of you did, and I appreciate it because this particular player did get one more vote that did pull them over. Now, interesting thing is that you guys once again all had a lot of votes. It was not one clear winner that somebody just ran with it. It shows a lot. It shows that there's so many good players on the server that are constantly doing amazing things that nobody really ever knows who to vote for. Like Nen just said, I never know who to vote for. To vote for ACO, for some of the newer players that are listening, we do things a little differently. On AC, it's admin and senior helpers are the ones that vote for Player of the Week. Here it is, it comes down to you guys. I actually do not vote. I won't even do a tiebreaker vote. If there's a tiebreaker vote, I'll usually ask for somebody else to do it because I don't want to have any influence over who wins. It's just important for me to do that. So this is 100% done by you guys, and it's you showing appreciation for your fellow players, your family members. And it doesn't have to be something in game. We've had players win, such as Soul, who won last month, who were hardly in game. It can also be Discord, because as you know, Discord is a big part of ACO. It's the support that you guys show each other every day in that live channel. It's just the continually, like for Soul specifically, being such a positive person and making everyone feel good all the time. That can be a Player of the Month. So when you're voting, don't try to focus strictly on what happened in a game because we all play at different times. Our server is officially pretty much busy all the time. We have players on pretty much 24/7. So it's really hard to always see what each person does individually. But you guys know the channels, you see what's happening. So that's a great way to vote. If you're not sure who to vote for, just think of like in the last month, what stood out to you. All right. With that being said, we do have a winner this month. And that person has been on ACO quite a long time. They've been a player here, since they were on and off before I came back, and they came back again shortly after I came back, and they've been pretty steady since then. This player actually also gives a lot of support in the live channels. They do things such as helping players calm down that are very anxious or having, panic attacks, things like that. I've watched them single-handedly help players on AC the exact same way, having them really focus on things and not have to worry so much about what's actually happening causing the stress, but actually having them focus on things like what they can see, what they can smell. Really helpful to you guys. They're also a part of the birthday build team. And on this team, they do a lot of good work. And it's so great to see that you guys are able to recognize this player because they've done a really good job for a long time, but just kind of always so steady. Sometimes when someone is just steadily good, meaning they're just always good, they tend to kind of fall in the cracks. And so I was pretty pleased to see you guys vote this person as our November Player of the Month. So Mr. Jakey, if you can come on up. You guys can unmute and congratulate. Yeah, go for it. Jakey, come on up.
Congrats.
Yay.
Congrats.
You are our November Player of the Month.
Congratulations.
Nice job, Jakey. Excellent fit.
I'm shaking.
Your speech.
I'm shaking.
Wait, I'm gonna type that in
shaking,
chat.
You don't
I'm
need to.
shaking really badly.
You saying you're not gonna do a speech? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm shaking. I'm like shaking really badly right now. I'm shaking.
I think Jakey's officially losing it, guys.
Oh
So let
my
me get
god.
your-
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Oh, you're welcome, Jakey. You earned it. So that's
Oh.
the main thing. You earned it. So.
Oh.
All right, so let me just switch the name out really quickly here, and then Jakey out. Actually, no, we'll do it after. I'll just get a picture after. But yeah, congratulations, Jakey. And like I said, it's kind of cool because not one person really took the lead on this one. A lot of you had quite a few votes, and that's so good to see. It really shows how much each of you mean to the server, and I see that in the votes. I see that in the kind words that went with some of the votes. You don't have to ever say anything about the person you're voting for, but the few of you that do choose to do that, it's kind of nice, and I do like to pass it along when I can. All right, so congrats, Jakey, and we'll get you set up with all that, and I'll get your picture taken after. A couple things I did want to talk about is you guys are doing a pretty good job with the channel management. ACO Talk at times still is getting a little bit more off topic. Remember things like good mornings, good nights. Where does that go? Off topic. Okay. We need to keep the ACO Talk channel as in life. No, not life. We need to keep those channels as the ACO Talk specifically as clear as possible. We do have players that are using it, especially newer players when they die. They come across a build, they don't know whose it is, things like that. Let's try to keep that channel as much as clear as possible. And you guys overall are doing a pretty good job. The only thing that's kind of residual are still some of those good mornings. So try to keep those good mornings off topic. And I think we're going to be pretty good. The life channel. Okay, so with the life channel, a few things I just want to touch on. Let's just remember to be extremely respectful, okay? You don't always know what other people are going through. And some people are going through things similar to you. Some are going through things harder than you, and some are going through things that are not as hard as you. But it's just one of those things to please try to be mindful of what other players are going through as well. And remember things such as anything that's difficult needs to be put in spoilers. You guys are pretty good about that. And what else was I going to say about Life Channel? If you don't know how to support somebody, let's say they're talking about something that you're just not as familiar with, you've never experienced it, that's a good opportunity to just use reactions, okay? If someone, and I'm going to give an example, I used this last night, if someone's having an anxiety attack and you've never had an anxiety attack, And so you can't really give firsthand knowledge of how it affects you. That's a great time to just do heart emojis, things like that. Because we want players that have had that anxiety attack to have kind of the room in there to say, this is what's happening. Kind of like what Jakey with helping players focusing on things that they can smell, things, things they can see to help kind of give them that attention and support that they need at that moment. All right. Wanted to talk about the selfie channel. Okay. So you guys see I made a selfie channel. Some of you really, really, really love the selfie channel. Actually, a lot of you really love the selfie channel. I'm not deleting the selfie channel. All right. So we've had players were posting selfies and off topic and life and where else? Memes and images. They were all over the place, right? And so it kind of became a little out of control. And we're like, we need to harness these selfies. So let's put the selfies in one channel called selfies. And that's where they're at. Now, a few things I'm just going to go over as a general rule is the selfies that you guys post need to stay respectful. We need to be careful of things like trying to figure out the correct way to word all this. Try to be careful with things like how, if you're showing, I don't want to say too much skin, but showing too much skin. Okay. Do you guys all following me? You understand what I'm saying? Just make sure you're keeping everything super appropriate. Remember, we are an autism server. We're our Minecraft autism server. Okay. So it's really, really important that we keep everything super clean. Most of you guys, for the most part, everyone is perfectly fine. But at the same time, we do have had a few pictures in the past. They're a little more risky, and it's never to shame anything. It's just more of just trying to keep it very comfortable for every single person in the server. So just make sure you guys, when you are posting selfies, make sure it's a selfie you would happily show your grandparents, things like that. If there's no issues, there's no issues. If you're ever not sure, you're always welcome to ask to be put in private. I can put you in the private channel. You can post it. I can say, yeah, that's totally fine. Or actually, nope, that one's actually not okay. We just, like I said, in the end, we want to make sure that everything is, comfortable for every person that's able to be in it and watch it and even post themselves. Does anyone have any questions on the selfie channel? You can unmute and ask if you have a question specifically about it. Nope. Good. Okay. Let's see. A few other things. All right. So want to talk about, we have history channel or riot. Hey guys, it's in the idea channel. Be patient. It's kind of funny because you guys are like, we have too many channels, and then you're like, wait, we need a new channel. So we put them as needed. You guys know that if there's enough demand for it, something, we will go ahead and do that. So update channel, history channel. Yeah, it was up to you guys. We'd have probably like 200 channels. So.
Can I just say, Blue, you did promise me that the next channel you would add would be a history channel. And you
I know,
lied
but
to me
this
now.
selfie
Yes,
channel,
I remember that.
the selfie channel needed to be made ASAP. So, and that was per both admins. So yeah, the selfie channel had to be made because we needed to harness all the selfies into one area. So, all right, so let me look here. I'm looking at dates. So for you guys, we have an upcoming event, and I talked about this a little bit ago before the meeting started. But if you guys look in the events channel, this is where we post the events. The 26th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, we are going to be having the decoration of the Spawn Christmas tree, all right? And if you guys are familiar with Spawn, which you all are, it's where the Gerald tree is. That tree, a schematic is made. We will have it. It will be safe and come back when the holidays are over. But we will go ahead and remove Gerald, and we have a Christmas tree that we're going to be putting in. It is not the ACO Christmas tree. It's not the one from our actual Christmas village. It is going to be a Spawn tree, and it's a tree that we will use every year. So sorry, Martin, I know, but it'll come back. This is just for holidays. And so I want you guys to make sure that you have a head that you can contribute. We did this a few years ago. For those that were around in 2018, that Christmas, we actually decorated our tree with our heads. It was a lot of fun. A little morbid if you think about it, but it's a lot of fun. So go ahead and plan on being there for this event and the event only, not for the entire day. But for this hour event, you will have fly. You'll be able to fly to put your head on the tree. because the tree is very large. I'll tell you right now, the tree is very large. So you'll also have a chance to do other decorations. We're going to have fun. We're going to turn this into a little event, and it's going to be good. Yeah, electors are great, but I don't want you guys literally dying flying into the Christmas tree over and over and over. So we'll just give you a fly. It'll be for an hour, and you guys can help celebrate and get ACO into the holiday spirit. As you've seen, we've already been making some changes. Wanted to make sure that we got that done ahead of time this year. The holidays tend to bring a lot of joy. They just do. You can be grumpy all year round, but when you get and you start seeing Christmas stuff, you just naturally feel happier. And right now, we need all the feel happier we can get. So let's celebrate a little bit early. All right. So that's going to be that event. Then we're looking at, guys, and I'm pulling up my little calendar here. We are looking at that's going to be okay. So that's going to be on what day did I put? I think I said Saturday the 26th, but that's not even right. It's the 28th. I apologize. That's the 28th. The 26th is actually Thanksgiving. Okay, so the 28th. I'll change the date on that. December 5th. Mark it down, guys. This is the official final date for the ACO Survival Games. Okay, we've had to push it back a few times now due to players really wanting to be part of it and just not being able to be part of it. And then also we had some other things come up event-wise that kind of just made it get pushed. So December 5th, make sure you guys are ready. We're going to do the ACO Survival Games. For those that don't know what it is, it's going to be very similar to a Hunger Games where you're going to be placed in a spot and we're going to say go. And you're going to have to create your own weapons. You're going to have to find your own food. You're going to be on an island. And there are going to be some resources in the middle, similar to the game. And then the winner is going to be the ACO Survival Champ. So if you guys have any questions on that, I'll have a channel put up later today and you can ask all the questions you want with that. But just know, if you commit to being there, and we will have the sign up for that, you have to be there. And the reason is because we're going to reserve a spot for you that you'll be spawned into. So it's one of those games that it should only last an hour or two, but at the same time, it could go on a few hours. So make sure that if you do commit, that you're able to spend at least a couple hours here that day. All right. And then we are having our big ACO Christmas party on the 19th of December. So that's another date to kind of keep an eye on, the 19th. All right. And we will let you guys know more details as that gets closer. We definitely will have a resource pack for that one. And we, typical ACO fashion, it'll be a very big event and we have a lot of fun. So, all right. Does anyone have any questions about the events? You can go ahead and unmute and ask questions about the survival games. Nope. Wow, you guys are so quiet today. What was the time for this? The time will always be our normal starting time, which is this time, 11 for me, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Blue,
Okay.
Tim the Ninja asked,
Mhm.
why are you wearing your Christmas skin?
Because today is the day that Snow joined, and Snow is all about Christmas, and so we're celebrating. That's why a lot of players right now are in their Christmas skins. So, yep, I've had it on since last night.
I was planning on changing my skin anyway, regardless.
Yeah, well, some players love to celebrate really early. Yeah, mine is really for mine is really for Snow today. So, all right. Any other questions though about the events
Make
coming
sure they're
up?
not doing the river fight today, Blue.
When is the Christmas tree thing again? The Christmas tree, I put the 26th, but I apologize. That is actually Thanksgiving Day, so I'm changing it right now. So it is the 28th.
Do we have Thanksgiving on them, Blue?
You know what? I don't know that we're going to do it. Last year we did do a Thanksgiving event. We have a lot of players.
And that was chaos.
Well, it's hard because only U.S. players celebrate Thanksgiving. Buddy put a lot of hard work. This was a really fun event. We even did a Macy's Day Parade. It was fun. We are talking about possibly still doing something, but it won't be a very large scale event. So we'll let you guys know. We're really focusing on our Christmas one right now. So, and we've got the ACO Survival Games coming up, but we'll let you know. We'll come up with something fun. I'm thankful for it. What we did last year was, since obviously not every country celebrates Thanksgiving, and even half of the U.S. does not celebrate Thanksgiving, what we did was we more focused on we called it the Thankful event. And it's really just a day that we sat and reflected. And thought of all the things that we are really thankful for. And a lot of the players, it was really cool. We had a big dinner table set up. We had we had the turkey races. Like, remember, we had to see who could kill all the turkeys the fastest.
Next,
Yeah, I did quite well at that, unsurprisingly.
Blue, next time Buddy should be the turkey we eat.
He
Yeah.
is the turkey. Look at him. So
Yeah, he's the turkey we hunt.
yeah.
Okay.
Anybody remember the amount of lag all those turkeys
Yes.
caused?
Oh, I remember that. Those turkeys about tanked us. But then we've also improved our server since then.
That was part of the event. You
Yeah.
were thankful when it was over.
Yeah, we were like, oh, I'm so thankful this is done. No, it was a fun event. Yeah, you get 2 Thanksgivings. Very true. So, yep. And so anyways, we will come up with something. I'll be posting about that soon, but it's not going to be a huge event, so much like it was last year where we had the build comp and all that. We're saving a lot of that for our Christmas event. It's going to be a pretty big Christmas event we have this year. Oh, also, forgetting to mention, we are going to be doing a drive-in movie. And I believe the date on that, I forgot about that one. That is going to be on December 12th. So
What
on December
platform are
12th.
we using this time, Blue?
We're going to be using Netflix. Yep.
So Netflix party like normal.
Yep, Netflix party. Yeah. So, yep, we're going to be doing a drive-in movie.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I know
Okay,
the
then.
movie name, but I'm not going to say yet because we need to make sure that the movies don't change in the next, what is that, like 5 weeks away? Yeah, because sometimes the movies do
okay.
change.
Can you say it? What date?
That is December 12th.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to write this all down to my iPad.
Yep, it's about a little over a month away. It is not Star Wars. It's a very, very, very classic-y Christmas movie.
1980s movie, Blue.
Oh, so it's
No.
Die Hard.
Exactly. Nope. I'm not saying what it is, guys. I will wait. I need to make
Die
sure that
Hard.
it's available on all the Netflix, meaning UK Netflix and our Netflix. It's also a movie a lot of people just happen to own. So I know, like, we own it. A lot of people own it. So if you don't have it, hopefully you can at least find a way to watch it. If you don't have Netflix per se, hopefully you can find a way to watch it. So, all right, and we'll let you guys know that a little sooner. I want to make sure the movie. You know how Netflix is, like they have set up dates where they remove movies, and I don't want to announce it and then it not be there. So, oh, Rudolph the Claymation, that is the best movie ever.
Oh,
Same.
I-
Hey,
I
Blue,
hope
real
it's
quick,
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. What's that?
I'm just a little behind on the notes. I'm still trying to get
Okay.
stuff written down. What's the date for ACO Survival Games again?
The ACO Survival Games is on the 5th.
The 5th.
The 5th of December.
December. Okay.
Yep.
Blue.
And then the drive-in theater movie is the 12th.
Of December.
And then the very
Okay.
next weekend, the 19th, is our Christmas party. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so we've got 3 weeks in a row that will be very busy. And then, of course, as you guys know, we always have a New Year's Eve party, and especially this year we'll have one. So that will be done on the 31st, and we will celebrate that day. So we don't do that one ahead of time. We like to do the Christmas one a little ahead of time in case you guys are going to be with family. You're not able to get on. I don't want you to miss it. But on the 31st will be our New Year's party. So I'm actually glad you brought that up because that reminded me that it is next month as well. So we have quite a few things. Basically, every week we have something going on in the month of December. So, all right. And really quickly before we play this, yeah, exactly. This month we get a 2-week little break. And yeah, so
and then it's event after event after event after event.
Pretty much is how it's gonna go. Yep.
Wasn't that like last year? Blue?
We'll start this month. So we got 2 weekends of nothing, and then we'll do decorate the Christmas tree, and then we have the ACO Survival Games, and then we have the movie, and then we have our Christmas party. So that's all back to back. All right. Okay,
Hey,
really quickly.
again.
I'm sorry, what?
Real quick again, sorry. I had so many tweets in my head that I forgot all of them. That you told me.
How about right after the meeting, I'll give them to you, and then that way you can just. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I wanted to say, guys, is I really, and this is just me talking to you, I really appreciate your guys' patience and understanding. As you know, Alyssa had stepped down last month, and because she was on break a lot of this year, but with life stuff going on, she just had to officially step down. With that, AF is on break, and Jasmine has been on break the last 2 weeks. So that has caused me to have to be on AC quite a bit more than usual. Prior to that, APL was on break for about 4 months, and that caused me to have to be on AC more than usual. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like it's happening, guys. It's really happening. AF comes back in 2 weeks. And once AF is back, then and Jasmine's back and everyone's back, then I can actually be back over here a lot more full time. Right now I'm averaging there anywhere from 3 to 6. Today I have to work 7 hours there. Tomorrow 7 hours. So it's kind of it's really eating up a lot of my time. And so I apologize if things like, for instance, Spawn got decorated a little late for Halloween, and I apologize, but unfortunately sometimes there's not a lot that can be done when I'm pulled and stretched so far apart. But it's coming to an end. But what I wanted to say is thank you guys, because it's so great that I cannot be here and I'm still watching console and I'm still seeing you guys and I'm still watching you guys help each other. You guys are answering questions that I used to have to answer. You guys are doing it for each other. New players join. You guys are giving the tours. You guys are doing everything that I used to do. And it makes me so happy, and it makes me so proud of you, because this is what makes our community. For those newer to ACO, ACO is very community driven. We're very community ran. Yes, we have admins, myself and AF, but at the same time, we take a lot of what you guys say into consideration with anything that we do, any rules that are made, any ideas that you guys have. ACO is what it is right now because of the community. Okay. ACO is a completely different server than it was just 2 years ago for some of you that were around then. And that's because we took the initiative and we jumped in as players. Remember, guys, players, me too, a player. And we did these things. And that's how we got where we're at. And it's continuing. And I just want to tell you guys, I'm really proud of you. And thank you for being so supportive and giving me the little, not break I need, because I'm definitely not on break by any means, but just being able to be over on AC to help them out more while we're still doing great. I'm always so proud in the AC admin channel to be able to say, ACO is a well-oiled machine. Like, we're running so smooth. Our players keep us going. On AC, they can't do very well without a lot of admins around all the time. Here, I'm able to just keep an eye on you on console, and of course hop on a couple times a day and do the modrecs. You guys' modrecs are done, but getting that done. But at the same time, you guys are so self-sufficient, and for having this many players, this many different, what's the word? We're all impacted by autism differently. So we have some players that, understand things easily, some that don't. It doesn't matter. We work together as one unit, and we are ACO. And I'm really proud of you guys, and I'm proud to be part of this family. For those newer players, we do call ourselves a family because we give each other unconditional love and trust and support. And that's what family is. And for some of us here, this is our family. We don't have this outside of ACO. We don't have this kind of support that we get outside in the real world. But, and then for some of you, you do. You have both. And for those of you that do, that's amazing. But just keep in mind, some of us don't. And so this family of ours is everything to us. So thank you, guys. All right. If anyone wants to unmute and ask a question or make a comment, go for it.
That was beautiful, Blue.
Well, thank you, Dan. Just take turns. That's all I ask. Take turns. Anybody else have questions? Go ahead.
Each one stays one at a time.
I just added a small little thing in the notes about what you said. Okay. Like a little summary.
Yeah, I am, and it is. It's really cool for me to be able. I brag about you guys a lot, by the way, and anyone over on AC can tell you that I do brag quite a bit. I'm like, and it's great because again, we have players from all different countries. We have players from all different everything, ethnicities, and just cultures, and how you do things and what's considered normal where you live, but not here. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of that matters, because when we come together, we're just ACO. We're a family. We're this group. I call it sometimes a tribe. You guys have seen me say that. And this is our tribe. This is our people by choice, which is, I think, so much more special than by blood. You can't help who your cousin is, right? You can't help who that crazy great aunt is. That just comes with the blood. You don't have a choice. But here, we're handpicked. We have handpicked our family. And to me, that means a million times more. So, all right, I'm gonna quit talking, or I'm gonna start crying, guys.
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question, bud?
I know. What do you have an idea of when?
You actually almost made me cry, Blue.
Dan.
When we hold on, let me just answer Maud's question really quick. When we update, I will give you guys notice, like we always do. I'll post it in announcements. As you guys know, we have to wait for a lot of our core plugins to update. So things like World Guard and Core Protect and World Edit and all those things, we need to make sure they're not just updated, but they're working well. Sometimes they have little changes they do at the last minute. Yeah, exactly. SIP plugin. We have a few plugins that we really need to wait on. We're not in a hurry. When they update, then I'll let you guys know. Say, hey guys, tomorrow at noon, we're going to do an update. This isn't one of those updates that's going to take us down for 4 hours. This will be an update that'll take us down for probably 15, 20 minutes. And then, I'll message you guys, hey guys, we're back up, and you'll come back on. We'll probably do it the same on AC, and we might be waiting. I don't know. Maybe or maybe not. We're waiting on AC. I'm not sure. It just kind of depends on the plugins. If they have a lot more to update, we'll update first. If it's not that big a deal, we'll update together. This is not a huge update by any means. So
117 is going to be a downtime for a while.
117 is going to be a huge downtime. It's going to be a lot of things. From a server owner's perspective side, which I'm trying not to focus on, it's terrifying. But from a player's perspective, it's like, yay, we're so excited. So when the time comes and it gets closer, we'll be working on that. Luckily, in our little pocket, we do have a couple Mojang employees that love to talk to us. By the way, guys, we're going to be setting up a time to have our good friend Uralf and Felix come over and chit chat. So just keep an eye out for that too. They did visit Patreon recently and let everybody talk to them about questions, and we're going to do it here too.
We're going to get notice from that one too, or
you will get notice on that one too. We're just waiting on them to let us know exactly what day works.
Okay.
I won't have a lot of control over as far as, we always love our little pocket time of 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. I don't know if it'll fit in their schedules because obviously they live in 2 different countries, but we will do our best to try to get it a time when anyone can join. Like I said, we just did this over on Patreon, and it was only supposed to last an hour, and I think somebody can correct me. I want to say it went almost 3 hours. It went a really long time. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, and if you were over there, you heard me say a couple times, do you mind coming to talk to ACO? Do you mind coming to talk to ACO? I was really pulling for you guys.
Just little subtle hints.
Little subtle hints like, guys, get on ACO. No, I was definitely
thinking now, and I said it 2 times from you that.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you this. They're our friends, right? They're still in our Discord. They're still chilling over there. So yeah, definitely we'll get them over here. You guys probably have questions. The Patreon group had a lot of great questions, especially when it comes to the whole transferring of the accounts, the Microsoft accounts. That's definitely something everyone has questions about. So we'll get them here. I will let you guys know as soon as we get a date and a time on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else have questions or anything they want to add regarding the meeting at all?
A question?
Yes, go for it.
I forgot about it. So what is the thing about Microsoft accounts?
That I'm gonna have to say we'll talk about that somewhere else because I honestly don't know a lot about it, but I know players like Modkiller would love to fill you in on it. So maybe Mod, like in off topic or something, you can just go ahead and explain all that if you want to go ahead and do that. Mod can explain it a lot better than I can. I know you have to change your account over. That's all I know. I'm more like a tell me what to do person instead of explain to me why we have to do it. Just tell me what to do.
Basically,
everything's gonna be the same except how you log in.
Yeah, the login will be a little
different.
different.
So
Mhm.
most secure accounts
people
can get hacked.
Yeah. But again, like I said, we're not going to talk about it right now because that's going to open up a whole big conversation, and it causes a lot of worms. It is a whole can of worms, and players are very anxious about this, so we definitely don't want anyone to get worked up. I can tell you, they assured us multiple times this is no big deal. It's going to go so smooth. So, and like I said, Mod, if you wouldn't mind an off topic, just go ahead and writing it up about it, and then pinging tag Loga so she can see it. All right. Anybody else have a question?
I just looked at your profile pics and I saw what you put on the mask.
Oh, actually, Maxi Dirt made that for me. It says blame BB. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have questions? Questions? All right. If you don't have questions.
Moodle had a question.
What's that? Who had a question?
A Moodle had a question.
Oh, what's your question, Moodle? I missed it. What's your question?
It's in chat.
Hold on. Let me scroll.
So we have a channel.
We have a channel regarding Microsoft question in the Patreon Discord. Will we have one? Yes, we will have one here too. The reason we have it in Patreon is because Felix was not done talking about it, but like I said, we had literally reached like hour 3 at that point, and so AF was just trying to kind of get it to be almost done, and then because of that, yeah, we created that channel. So we can definitely get a channel like that here as well. And even if we didn't have them come visit, we could still have a channel about it just so that you guys can get all the information that you need. We want to make sure this transition goes really smoothly for everyone, and it's not very you're not anxious about it. So let's see, beat them by going 4 hours. Well, I mean, that's not hard to do with them. They love to talk. Like Uralf loves to talk. Remember, they joined us for the live stream. For those of you that remember the live stream, hold on, I'm seeing there's a question. Magic Boy, please answer my question. I messaged. Hold on, you guys have to realize what I see and what you guys see are totally different because I have all the social spice stuff. So yeah, so it's really hard for me to kind of see specific questions. Do you feel comfortable just unmuting and asking the question, Magic Boy? If not, I can try.
This is more for one that I didn't want anyone. It's not something bad. I just wanted to add to just you. That's why I typed it in.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want, I mean, give me a few minutes and I can take a look at it in a little bit, but it'll be a little bit here. So, I see. Yeah, you can delete your. Okay, so this is more like if for ideas, if you put something in ideas and then you change your mind or you want to propose a different idea, you're more than welcome to delete what you had. You can delete your previous idea and then just put in a new one. Is that what you're wondering? Like generalized, I guess.
I mean, I want to put this, just delete it and put the same one to see if anyone else would still, if anyone else changed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. No, don't do that. The reason why is that pushes it forward. That's like bumping.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you had a new idea.
No,
yeah.
sorry.
Remember, it's not even really so much what like the players themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of these ideas come down to admin and what is vanilla. So those are the two big things AF and I look at. Is this still vanilla? Is this something that anyone can do in a vanilla single player game? If the answer is no, probably not going to happen. So we do try very hard to keep the server as vanilla as possible. Obviously, at times that's not possible, such as things as the sleep plugin, the sit plugin. These are things that we've added in, but for the most part, we do very much try to keep them the same.
I do have one more question. So as far as the end goes, we haven't had any dragon fights or anything of that sorts in quite some time.
A while, yeah.
Switched over to wither fights and stuff.
Yep.
Well, a couple questions. When would we have another dragon fight? Is the first question.
We can have dragon fight. You guys can do them anytime you want. You guys are welcome to summon them on your own. We can do some as a group. We can switch that out instead of a wither fight one day. Do a dragon fight.
I feel like we should probably mix in the wither fights and dragon fights.
It's really by what you guys want. Everyone really just usually asks for wither fights. They want the stuff that everything drops from the mob fights. I'm tempted to just call them mob fights at this point.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to switch it out and say, hey, Blue, this week, can we please do a dragon fight? Absolutely. I'd love to do that. That reminds me, and I'm really glad you brought this up, Hope. And I can't believe I have forgotten this. Really, really important. I want everybody to listen. Do not take an area that's not protected and change it and take things for yourself when it's still a community area. Right now, I'm specifically talking about the end. Me having to get pulled over there to... I know you're making it beautiful, but remember, it's one thing to add on and make something improved, but it's another thing to break things and remove things like that. I did have a player ask recently, are we able to take the obsidian from the pillars? Yeah, you can take the obsidian from the pillars because those do, when we do respawn, spawn and dragon, they get recreated. But just remember, community areas are community areas, okay? So if you have an idea for the end, or you have an idea for something to add on to with the nether hub, or even spawn, that has to be brought up in ideas, and it has to be something that we all talk and vote on, because we do take pride in our... Wait, 118 pillars don't get fixed? What do you mean? Oh, the 1.8, the older pillars?
Yeah.
Only 1.9 do. See, and I even asked AF about that. I was like, these do get refixed, right? And he said, yeah, they do. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have to look at that. We used to have the end used to be protected. For those that don't know, the end used to actually be protected like spawn. And we changed that, so it wasn't, but I don't want to have to do that again. The less we have to keep protected here, I personally feel the better. It gives you guys a lot more freedom. But at the same time, it comes with responsibilities. If you want to make improvements, things like that, just ask. Some improvements that were made like over in the nether area, all the bridges, things like that, those are amazing. That's just stuff as community you're doing. Can we have a giant end build with a build team and resource gathered? We can look at that. Put that stuff in ideas. So put it in ideas, guys. Okay. I don't want someone ever feeling like they can like change a whole area. We have this problem on AC too. We have a couple players over there that tend to do things like this. They get in trouble for it. Even though they do amazing things and they're really improving the area, they get in trouble because they didn't check first. They didn't ask. They didn't make sure it was okay. So yeah. So good really reminder. And this isn't just for the end. This is for all other areas. Like I said, the Nether Hub. Occasionally we get changes made. By the way, Snow, I didn't go over this with you yesterday. The Nether Hub is, remember I was saying it's like our community area. It's like an apartment complex. So things like, changing out the things out of the pots, changing the glass, all that has to be done as a group. Okay. Or if we're decorating it for the holidays, obviously that's okay. But, definitely don't just go making changes. And I don't think you're going to, but I'm just telling you what I tell every new player. All right. Anyone have any other questions? And did you want to keep going on that, Hope?
Well, the second question was, and you kind of answered that a bit, is what are we going to do as far? The question was, what are we going to do as far as what the end looks like now?
The end really needs attention, and I kind of liked Nin's idea of why don't we, do a project? Why don't we throw the end out there? We need to get another end farm. Enderman farm. The one that we have out there, we keep having trouble with because the endermite dies. It's the whole thing. So maybe we need to just have I don't want to do it before the holidays, but maybe like in January, we can focus on the end and maybe do a big end project and then build and come up
with an end reset.
We're not really due for a reset yet. We could do a reset if we wanted like a fresh start due to the fact that it is a project. But we did a reset about this month, a year ago. So it's been 1 year. The idea was that we wanted to have the idea originally was we wanted to only have to do a reset every couple years. The last one lasted us 4, but at the same time, guys, you have to realize in 4 years we didn't have a fraction of the players that we have today. We would have maybe 8 at a time as the most. So now obviously we're a lot more. So if we do another end reset for the project per se, we can do that. It will wipe out the stuff that's there. This is why I tell players, do not build bases there. Don't do it. Because at some point we are going to have end resets. All right, that's just an idea though. We don't have to. My thought was we'd probably get another year out of this end, but if we're going to go ahead and crop out outer islands, I don't know. This is all stuff we can. In fact, maybe we just need to have an end meeting.
I just posted something in ideas about how I would like the end resets to go.
Okay, let me pull it up really quick just to look at what you said.
I have to agree with what Timo said. Maybe let's wait until 1.17 releases before we do an end reset.
Okay. Is the end? I didn't recall much changing with the end in 1.17. Did you guys? Was there something specific that I missed?
I don't think they mentioned it in the live stream, but in the snapshots, you can actually make shulker farms.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. That's right. The shulker farms. Yep. How could I forget? That's heavily talked about. So, yeah, I'm not sure, Dusty, regarding that. I will have to. It's not even so much a spawn area is the issue. What it is the islands. So new players, when they come on, they don't have things like elytras unless they're given to them as gifts. They don't have diamonds to go buy them from Dusty yet. They don't have that stuff. And a lot of them just want to go get them themselves. That's part of the joy of Minecraft. That's part of the fun experience. So hold on, let me finish my thought really quick.
Okay.
So the idea is a new player comes on and they want to go to the end. They have to do it by foot, okay? And so we want to try to give players a chance to be able to get these things on their own without having to go to the mall. For some players, they love the experience of exploring. They love the experience of getting to go out and do these things. They don't want to join a Minecraft server because now they have to go to the mall to buy everything. They want to get it themselves. So it's kind of like, so the reason we do the resets, which like I said, the last reset lasted 4 years.
I have a rebuttal though.
Oh, can I finish first?
Okay.
So this this isn't really even up for debate. This is why we did the last reset. This is exactly why. And this is why we said we would try to go 2 years without doing another one. So that way players could go get stuff if they wanted. They're not going to have to fly out 10,000 blocks using Elytras and tons of rockets that they don't have yet just to find an island so that they can get their own stuff. Okay, now go ahead, Dusty.
Well, just my idea is that we sort of like keep the spawn island and a certain radius around the islands. I don't know how big that would have to be, but maybe we could decide upon a size where basically we put a box around the spawn, and then then everything inside that box will never get reset unless, I don't know, unless the world corrupts. I don't know, but we try to keep that area safe, so that people could have end bases if they wanted, and everything outside the box will get reset every year, every 2 years, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and that's so you're talking, and it's kind of like what Spacey's saying too. Maybe an end spawn. That is something that we have talked about. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Let's do the in the ACO fashion, which is let's actually have a meeting just on that where we can all talk about it. Let's how about this, guys? Let's plan to meet about it next month. We'll pick a date in December and we'll have a little meeting about it for those that are interested. I know some of you don't care. You're like, I don't care about the ends. I never go there. I'll never go there. Not a big deal. That's why I don't want to really so much continue the talk now about it. But we can definitely talk about it in a month, and it gives you guys time to think about ideas, what you want to do. It gives me time to talk to AF about it and see what's possible. All right? Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
And Black Neve, I see your picture, and what we'll do is we'll post a list here in a little bit that'll have all the dates of all the upcoming events, because we do have quite a bit upcoming. Like I said, pretty much starting the 28th all the way through New Year's, we have dates. So, all right. Any other questions specific to any of the things we just talked about?
I just put a question in game chat.
Let's see. Can you just say it right now?
Yeah. Will the Atlantis project ever come back?
Oh, the Atlantis project. So right now, Atlantis is a trading hall only. We weren't really able to revamp Atlantis because those chunks were just so corrupted. We called it the ghost of Christmas past, kind of like the ghost of Atlantis past. Okay. We don't know why. It's just those chunks just really never came back. And so because of that, we're going to go ahead and kind of nix it. Right now, Atlantis is just the trading hall. We still need the Protection 4 book. I'm very aware of that. We're going to try and get a villager that has Protection 4 book. And I would like to make that area a little bit easier for players. We still want to do the whole potato and carrot side of it. It's just going to be off place. It might end up maybe something like that going in the farm, in the actual ACO farms. And then you have to just go fill up your shulkers and then come into Atlantis. I'm not sure. We can talk about that in January as well.
Is it possible that the slime farm that was there could be renewed just because it was a
Yeah, regarding that, me and Maestro have been working on a concept for a pumpkin and melon farm. We might make community.
Well, we already have the farms. Oh, you mean, I'm kind of confused on that's two totally different things there. You guys are talking about. Say yours again. Then. Wait, hold on.
Void submission. We Maestro came up with an idea of one that's not gonna put so much pressure on the server. So we were looking at that, and we might make that into a community farm.
Okay, and then players can just go and get those, and then they can come around and go over to Atlantis and spend them. It's ideal. It's like you go get your pumpkins and melons or carrots, potatoes. Then you run to Atlantis, you get your books or whatever you need, or you just get a ton of emeralds, and then you go shopping. It takes not that long. You can go into Atlantis and you can get a couple stacks of emeralds within a few minutes if you have enough pumpkins and things like that to trade. So
the only reason why I suggested remaking the slime farm there is because there's 2 confirmed chunks there that are slime.
There are 2 confirmed chunks, but we think that is partly what was causing the problems the severe lag we had there. And when I say severe lag, I mean severe lag. There could be 2 players on, that's it, and you go into Atlantis and it just TPS drops to 12, for no reason. It was pretty bad. Yes.
Blue, I'm not sure how this would work, but have we thought about copy and pasting the Atlantis back in, since they're new chunks technically, but the blacks would.
I don't think we even saved it.
We didn't save a schematic of Atlantis, so I don't believe so. But nope. Like I said, in January, let's just wait till January. We'll talk about it. Really quickly, since since Just Whiskers did talk about farm team, I just want to remind you guys, the farm team is here to keep farms alive and well on ACO. Okay, right now without them, we would be having rules. With rules, there's no going around it. There's no going back. There's no like, well, I need 51 hoppers and I'm only allowed 50. Sorry, can't happen, right? So the farm team plays a very, 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 very important role in ACO as far as letting us have the things that we want to have, but doing it in a way that is friendly to the server, okay? I've heard talk of players saying, well, I'm going to build what I'm going to build anyway, and they're never going to know it. Guess what? We're going to know it. You know how we're going to know? Because I get alerts for TPS, and it actually gives me coordinates of where lag is. I will know. So if you try to do that, it's actually gonna, what that does is it shows that you're not a team player and you don't really care at all about the community. Because by doing that, you chance single-handedly losing farms for everybody or losing the ability for us to have the farm team. So please, don't, you know the rule, guys, don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy, because we work really, really hard on the farm team. For those of you that aren't on it, I'll tell you, it's busy. It's very, very busy. We take all of your submissions, we mock them up. We make sure that they do not cause any lag. If they do cause lag, we don't just tell you no. We say, hey, you know what? This isn't going to work, but this will work. We take the time to explain to you what to do so that you can have the farms that you want. So everybody can have the farms that they want. It's a lot of work, okay? So please show respect to the team, but number one, don't think you're going to just make what you want to make anyway and you don't have to follow the rules. Those guidelines are there for every single person, including myself. Very much including myself. I can't just go build what I want because I'm the admin. The farm team can't just go build what they want because they're the farm team. And that means every single player has to follow the exact same guidelines that we do, all right? So please, let's just all work together, because in the end, we want to be able to stay as rule-free as possible, because that's part of the ACO charm. Blue's watching you. I am always watching. So, all right. Does anyone have any questions about farm team really quick before we move on? Because this is going to...
All I want to say is Blue's always watching us.
Always watching. Well, yeah. I mean, we watch to make sure you guys are okay. If you ever like don't think I missed something or things like that, I choose sometimes to ignore things that I see, but that doesn't mean we miss it. So, ACR. I talked about ACR. Yeah, I've talked about ACR a few times recently and the different channels. ACR is still happening, but it is on hold until the first of the year. As you guys know, Alyssa was going to be a very huge part of ACR, and she's had to step down due to IRL commitments. And that is kind of putting us a little bit behind. As like I've mentioned, I'm literally on AC almost 6 hours a day right now. So as far as me having time to now focus on a third server, it just is not happening at the moment. And same with AF. So we kind of have it on hold until January. Once things kind of come down in AC, we get some more staff brought up, things like that. We're going to be in a lot better position that we can focus on ACR. So, yep. And if anyone has questions about that, you can ask it in the ACR channel. There's really nothing, I mean, it's where we're at. We do have an idea of what we're doing as far as the mod pack goes. It's a matter of just getting the server going. That won't take any time at all. It'll be very, very fast once we hit go. The problem is like I said, right now, it's just more of, having the time for AF and I to sit down and actually get it all finalized. So.
Blue, I have a question.
Yes.
What's that, something to say? I put some links on there to some mod packs if you want to learn modded and some of the basics and advanced stuff.
For players?
An academy. It can help a lot.
Oh, for players, like just in general, or if you guys want to learn, I'm a big modded fan, as you guys know. When I came back a couple years ago, I was like modded, like AF modded, please. And so I've been really pushing for modded for a long time, and AF gave us the go ahead and said that we can do it. Now it's just a matter of making sure we do it correctly. As you guys know, if you've played modded, there's quite a bit of rage quitting that happens with modded. It can we can have worlds just go poof. It happens in modded. It just happens. So we have to be very, very particular about what mods we select, which versions we're selecting, all that stuff. We have a lot of it nailed down. Like I said, it's just a matter of saying go. And once we do, it's just going to need a lot of support. And so that's kind of why we've had to just hold off a little bit. And of course, nobody could have predicted when we brought all this up early this year that we were going to have the year that we've had. This has been quite the surprise year. So yeah, exactly. Mood.
Kind of
exactly.
Flexible
Mood.
year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, yeah, it's been out there.
No
So
pun intended.
obviously, like things have come up that are a little bit more important than ACR at the moment, but it is still a go. So I'm actually very, very, very excited about ACR.
Blue.
Yes.
As you guys, as mods are being decided and all that, is there a chance that it could be a Google Doc, like open, like that I view only, so we can see, like, hey, that got.
You will see what mods we have when we put them out. So that's what I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be very similar to like a Feed the Beast. That's what we're looking at. So very stable mods, ones that have been around. Some of you guys suggested stuff that are just flat out illegal. We can't do. Some of you guys suggested things that are.
We can't have the ICBM mod.
Yeah, some of you suggested things that would crash our server in a heartbeat, and we'd be resetting the world every 2 days. So just know what we decide to do is going to be for the the best interest of the server, but still be a lot of fun and be modded. So. All right. Any other questions? Not modded questions, but any other questions before I close this out? As far as servers, or not servers, as far as ACO goes itself?
Can we go to Snow's party?
Yes, party time. So go ahead and head on over to Snow's or to the birthday portal room. No going in yet, Mr. Snow.
And can I do my outro, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do your outro. Go for it.
Blue, I'm actually a bit overstimulated, so I'm just gonna go chill.
Please do, Mon. Please do.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to mute, but I'll tell you, the birthday build's pretty cool, so you might want to at least go check it out.
I'm a bit now with everything. There's a bunch of stuff happening on my home, so I'm just gonna explore ACO right now. So.
All right, see ya. Bye. We'll see ya. Jakey, we will take your picture after Snowy's birthday.
Can I have just like 30 seconds of quiet so I can do my outro?
Go for it, Dusty. Go.
Thank you all for watching my videos. This has been me, Dusty Circuit, here at another ACO Player of the Month. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe. Tell all your friends and family about my YouTube channel, and all the subscribers would help me very much. And I guess this is peace out. Bye.
Bye. Peace out, guys. All right, let's head to the